Hello YouTube. So a certain one of my subscribers, Mr. K. Lee, happened to twist my rubber arm into doing a job that I wasn't planning on doing. But anyways, let's have a look at it. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a modification on this CO2 valve inside here. So yeah, we're going to do it in probably 3 or 4 stages. So let's get to stage 1. I hope you enjoy this. Alright, so first step we're going to do, I've already disassembled most of the rifle, so the stock is off. I've taken this CO2, the whole reservoir off with the trigger still in place, and then obviously we've still got our barrel here, and yeah, so what we're going to start off first today, we're going to remove this CO2 valve inside here. Then we're going to just make a drawing of it so that if something goes wrong we'll be able to manufacture a new one. So yeah, let's get to that first. So first things we're going to do, we're going to just remove this hammer that's still inside here. So fairly simple to remove that. Just going to take off this little cap screw at the top here. Please, there's a lot of very small parts, so there you can see that. So this is when you use your action, it's actually pushing against this little cap screw, and that's what pushes your hammer back. So you'll see now if we start to remove the hammer, it's going to catch here at the bottom on this trigger. So you can just push your trigger, then your hammer should come out. So there you see, there's our hammer. So that's removed, and then the next thing that we're going to have to do is to remove this bottom cap screw over here, and the reason for that is that's going to allow us to get that CO2 valve out. So just keep in mind the trigger is completely assembled still, so we don't want to lose any of these pins that's in here, so they are fairly loose. So right, so there we have that little cap screw out, and then just take out this little breech port here, so it shouldn't be too tight in there. There you go. There's the little breech port, little brass port. I'm also going to just take some sizes of that because we'll also need to enlarge that in order to get some more air through there. So let's put that one side, and then you'll see there's a little O-ring inside here, and there's also one of those same O-rings inside the breech here where your barrel goes into the breech. So I already removed that O-ring and put it one side. Alright, so now let's quickly just remove this O-ring. There we go. Alright, so now it should be loose. Let's see if we can get it out here. Alright, so what I've got now, just a small little aluminium bowl. Just going to knock it from this side, just with our hand. We don't want to force anything here. There we go, there it comes. Right. Okay. Alright, so there you can see, there we have our CO2 valve, and that's why it was sticking a bit. There's a rubber here that's basically making it a tight fit inside there. Alright, so there's our little CO2 valve. There you can see that's where we are putting in our CO2 capsule. As you can see, it still looks pretty good there. Don't see any problems. And our rubber is still in there, so no hassles there. So let's open this up. Okay. So there's our little spring that goes inside there. Let's just remove this rubber. Put that in there. Alright, and then here we've got our little valve that's basically seating inside there, and this is what the hammer is knocking on to allow the gas to escape into the chamber on top. Alright, through there. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to first do a drawing of this CO2 valve, and then what we ultimately want to do is we're going to drill this hole. We're going to drill this hole in here, slightly bigger. So I'm going to measure it for us now. So we're going to drill that hole bigger, and then we're going to drill this hole in the breech port a bit bigger, and then we're going to drill this breech as well as the barrel also a little bit bigger. So what that's going to do, that's going to allow us to be able to get a little bit more air into the back of that pellet, and we all know if we add a bit of air to the back there, then it means we're also going to, at the end of the day, going to have a bit more feet per second as well. Alright, so I'm going to get to drawing this. Once I'm finished drawing it, I'll show you, I'll share the dimensions with you as well, and then yeah, if you want to do this modification, you'll be able to do it yourself as well. So part 2 will probably focus on the drilling, and then part 3 reassemble and test. So yeah, I'm going to do that drawing, and then I'll get back to you soon. Alright, so there we have it. There's our drawings. So there you can see the breech port, and we know that it's made out of brass. Then we have the inlet section, which is this one here. There's our sizes, and like I said, this is just for security. If something was to go wrong, then at least I can be able to make a new one. And then there's the outlet piece. So yeah, I'll also try to see if I can put this on a PDF, and I'll attach it to my description in the video below. So yeah, so there you have it. That's the first step, is just to measure that up. Second step, part 2 of this video is going to be obviously to then drill it out. So yeah, see you next time when we start drilling. Okay, just one point to note, I measured it as 3.25 millimeters for the breech port as well as on the rest of the CO2 valve. It's actually 3.5 millimeters. My vernier was a little bit too big to measure that, so just note